So once you're ready to actually make sound on your baritone, you've done your buzzing, and buzz every day. It's like stretching before you go for a run. Always buzz your mouthpiece first. We're going to put our mouthpiece down for just a second. We're going to open our case again. Remember, latches need to flip up. Top of our case facing the ceiling. And when you open that case, the only thing that you have to be really careful about is just making sure you don't drop your baritone, okay? So I like to grab right in the middle with a big hand, lift that baritone out, put it right in my lap, hug it. It's like my favorite pillow ever. Close your case again, and now I've got my baritone nice and safe here in my lap. Now when we're playing the baritone, we're going to hold it so that my valves, you guys can see, I have 1, 2, 3 valves here, and then I have a little hook on the right side here. You can see it right there. Some of you might have a hook over here. Wherever the hook is for your thumb, okay? So watch how this is going to work. We're going to hold our baritone. I'm going to kind of flip around so you can see it. We're going to hold our baritone in our lap so that this hole is facing our face, okay? And with our right hand, I want you to make a C. Okay? Now take that C and put your first, middle, and ring fingers, the fingers you'd use to say 3, right on those valves. 1, 2, 3. Your thumb is either going to go under that hook, or some of you would like to put it in between the 2 valves here. You guys can see what I'm doing there with my thumb. 1, 2, 3. And that pinky is just going to kind of chill, kind of relax. Find someplace comfortable to put it. Don't keep it on the valve with your other finger. Put your pinky somewhere safe that's comfortable, okay? We want to maintain that nice C shape so that our fingers are bent when we're on the valves. You can see it from the front here. Looks like this. I'm feeling comfortable. I can move my valves really fast. My fingers are bent. They're not flat like this. They're bent. Okay? Second thing that we're going to do once we have our hand up on our valves here is we're going to hug our baritone with our left arm. So if I sit like you are, I'm going to take my left hand, I'm going to wrap it around the front and hold my baritone just like this. Somewhere safe where you can put your hand that feels really comfortable so that when you're holding your baritone, you can keep it really in control using just that left arm, so that with your right hand, if you need to write, if you need to turn a page, you can do that. You can do the same thing with your right arm if you're left-handed. Anything that you're going to do, you just want to be hugging your baritone so that you don't accidentally drop it, okay? So left arm gives it a good hug. Right hand makes a C, comes through the window here to the valves, and we're ready to go. Finally, we're going to grab our mouthpiece, and we're going to put it into the mouthpiece receiver. Now, when we do this, we do 2 fingers. We put it gently into the hole, and you're going to give it a 2-finger twist, like this. That's it. That's all I needed right there, was 2 fingers 1 time. Watch again. 2 fingers, 2-finger twist. And that's it. I like to say the word when I do mine so that I know I don't have to go very long. Should never twist longer than done, okay? We don't want you to twist or crank your mouthpiece into your baritone because it'll get stuck, and do not ever bang on the mouthpiece because it'll get stuck. Your band director will have to help you pry it out. You could break your baritone that way, so never pound on your mouthpiece, never crank on your mouthpiece. Remember, we don't do anything that's angry looking in band, okay? 2-finger twist, kind of like that. Now once you've got that mouthpiece in there, we've got our left arm hugging the front, we've got our right hand in a C shape, through the window to the valves, we're ready to play. The first note we're going to play on our baritone is a really, really good note. But first we have to learn our lines and spaces on the bass clef. You guys are a bass clef instrument, same as the trombones, the bass players, tubas, people like that. Now on the bass clef, we name our lines using G, B, D, F, A. I bet you've heard that from your band director before. Grizzly bears don't fly airplanes. That's my favorite saying. It's the best one. Grizzly bears don't fly airplanes. You might have also heard good boys do fine always. Something like that, okay? But I like grizzly bears don't fly airplanes. On the spaces, we use the letters A, C, E, G. All cows eat grass, or all cars eat gas. So we have grizzly bears don't fly airplanes, and all cows eat grass. Our first note we're going to learn on the baritone is right on that middle line, right there. And this note, if you look, grizzly bears don't, is going to be called D. Okay? Now a D on the baritone is going to use our first and second fingers. So your pointer finger and your middle finger pushed down. From your perspective, it should look like this. I'll kind of sit backwards to you. Okay? It should look like this. Pointer finger down, middle finger down. 1, 2. If I'm facing you this way, first and middle. Okay? Push those valves all the way down. Give them a good slam so they're all the way down at the bottom. We're going to hug with our left arm and move that mouthpiece up to us. Never do this. Okay? Always bring the mouthpiece to you. Baritones are smaller than tubas. Some of you might be small enough that bringing the mouthpiece to you means just leaning it. But if you guys are nice and tall, especially when you grow up a little bit bigger, you're going to need to lift that baritone up to you. We never slouch to our baritones, okay? So lift that baritone up nice and high to your face. If you need to hold on to it with that good hug, that's the best place to do it. First and second valve pushed down. We're going to make our band face. And we're going to get a nice buzz right through our baritone to sound like this. Here's a D. Ready? Awesome. We're going to try a D one more time. First and second valves. Play along with me if you can. Let's do our band face. Boom. Lifting our baritone mouthpiece up to our face. 1 and 2 down. And here's a good D natural. Awesome. If you want to practice that, you can loop this part of the video or just pause it and play a bunch of those Ds in a row, and then we'll move on to our next note. Our next note on the baritone is going to move up one stair step to our space, and this one has a funny symbol in front of it that looks like that. That symbol right there is called a flat sign. Kind of looks like a B, but it really is just a flat sign. And this note right here is going to be called E flat. All cows eat, E for eat, all cows eat, flat sign, flat, E flat, okay? Baritone, on the baritone, a D was 1 and 2, first and second valve, pointer and middle. For E flat, our E flat is going to be just our pointer finger, just that first valve, okay? So it looks like this, pointer finger, just that first valve. It's going to sound almost the same as D, but it's going to be a little bit higher, so a little bit faster air. Let's try it. So I'm going to make my band face, boom, lift that mouthpiece to me, pointer finger down, and a nice big breath. Awesome. Let's do one more here, baritone players. So first valve down, band face, boom, mouthpiece up, and a big breath. Ready? Awesome. If you want to practice E flat, we're going to play that a couple more times. Loop the video, or pause here and play it on your own, okay? Our final note that we're going to learn on the baritone today is called F. It moves us up one more stair step to that fourth line. Grizzly bears don't fly, F. And F is a really easy note to play on the baritone. Has no fingers. We call this open. 0 means no fingers. 0 also means open, okay? Open means open your hand, no fingers. One thing I want you all to think about is keeping those fingers right on the buttons, but just not pushing them, okay? We're not going to do this. We're not going to wave to our moms and dads, all right? Keep those fingers floating right on top of the keys. F is a little bit higher than these other two because we're moving up our stair step. So we're going to have to tighten those lips a little bit. And we're going to play F, which is no fingers. We call it open. I'm going to make my band face, boom. Use my hug to lift my baritone to me. No fingers and a nice breath. Here's an F. Ready? Now some of you might have played this note. That's nice low B flat. All you need to do is tighten those lips up, make that hole that you're blowing through a little bit smaller. Remember, get rid of the goo in the middle just a little bit, and we'll get that F out. Nice fast air. Let's try it again. Baritone up to my face. Band face is boom, no fingers down, and nice speedy fast tight air. Ready? Awesome. If you've played successfully D, E flat, and F, and you're feeling really good about it, we're at the end of our video. If you want to practice further, just repeat back to parts of the video that you think you need to do again. Practice D, E flat, and F a bunch of times, trying to listen using your ears to match the sound that I make. And once you've done that a bunch of times, you guys are good to go. Thanks so much for watching our video today, everyone. The last thing that we need to do is put our baritones away. So what we're going to do first is open our case. You're going to take the mouthpiece out just by twisting it and pulling. And you're going to put that mouthpiece right into that empty slot in your case. This is mine, so I'm going to keep it out of here. And you're going to take your baritone, and the baritone only fits one way in your case, so don't try to jam it. It's going to lay right back in the way that you pulled it out. It should fit right in that little bell slit. Mouthpiece in the hole. Everything else fits nice and easy in the case. Close the lid down to the baritone. Don't lift the baritone up to the case. Closing the lid down. Making sure we latch all of our latches. And once you've got that baritone put away in your case, you're done for the day. Thanks so much for watching, everybody. I hope you learned a little bit about the baritone, about the bass clef, about how to name all the notes. We learned how to open our case and find everything inside. We learned how to make our first sounds on our buzzing mouthpieces. We learned how to assemble and how to hold our baritone. And we learned our first 3 notes on the baritone: D, E flat, and F. Hope you guys have a lot of fun playing your baritones at home. Remember, practicing a little bit every day is going to make you super awesome. Don't waste it all in one day, because it's better to play a little bit every day than a lot in one day. So do these steps every single day, and you're going to be an amazing baritone player in no time. Have a lot of fun with it. I'm sure we'll see you guys soon.